Dad, Daddy, Dad, Dad.
What?
I love you, Dad.
Oh, okay. Love you too.
Welcome back to Relatable Dad's Unscripted, figuring out fatherhood, one honest conversation at a time. I'm AJ.
And I'm Ruel.
And today is a day after Father's Day. So we've literally just released our first
Episode.
Our first episode, yeah.
This is the episode.
And it landed yesterday in your inbox. So just a quick reflection on how the first 24 hours of being a content creator's life.
You're serious.
You're a content creator.
Well,
It looks that way, doesn't it?
it looks that way.
Well, content creator, just sitting in front of a camera chatting shit.
We're putting something on the internet.
Pretty much.
Positive stuff. Actually, we're putting positive stuff on the
We
internet.
are. And that's the thing. That's the message that I've actually received back from just randoms and people in general, just saying how it is actually positive. And I've had a female message me saying I was relating to what you lot was talking about, the fact that you don't have a dad. So I was like, this is sick. We've done it as a dad's podcast for dads and to try and create a community for dads. But then it's ended up being we're creating a community for parents and for people in general.
Yeah, I think, well, we've all got dads, whether they're around. Maybe not.
Genetics.
But we've all got them. So therefore, if someone's had an experience with their parenting, then obviously they should hopefully be able to relate to our, well, at least some of our experiences anyway. So it makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's awesome, to be fair. But why I wanted to jump on it was only a little 10-minute chat.
Yeah.
Is basically because this started out for a little pissed up conversation that I had with like two of my mates in February, the end of February it was, just before I went to Budapest. And then they suggested about setting up a podcast. I went through a list of friends. Rue was the first person I spoke to about it in the gym. When was that? In April?
Sorry, I was doing little faces at the camera.
He's had a Red Bull. Like literally this kid is a child.
No, it was in March, I think. March, maybe 8. It was in March because just the end of March because I was going away.
Okay.
So yeah,
like we had this conversation in March and then I was like, we set a deadline of first episode to air on Father's Day, 15th of June. And then we
did it.
Yeah, we put it all together and like
it's happened.
He's fucking awesome. He's proper like put me into check as well. Like I just thought we're just gonna get a laptop or a camera, just put it in front of us, chat shit and go from there. And then he's built a studio, done lighting. He's had all of those kind of thoughts and we need this, we need that, and I think together we've kind of built something.
I wouldn't say it's not me. Obviously, I may have suggested putting some lights in, but blinded us like we are today. But proper blinding. But like again, I've worked with lots of other people and doing different projects, different things. But with yourself, at least, like one of the key things I've said this to my mum as well. One of the key things of working with AJ is that he's not afraid of like bringing up the slack at all. So when I've worked in things before, it's like, okay, I've got to do all the video and I've got to do the editing. I've got to do with you. You're like, so I started doing that, didn't I? I was like, yeah, I need to do this. And you're like, no, bro, just like, I'm happy to do it. So I threw some videos out there and you started throwing them out. Mate, that's like to have a team member. I'm not used to. I'm very much used to doing it on my own, even though I've had team members. I tend to do it on my own. So, mate, it's been an absolute pleasure, bro. It's been sick. So, yeah. And also, like, again, you holding me accountable. So when I feel a bit like, oh my God, are we actually going to do this? And then you're like, yeah, we're going to do this. And then when you feel like that, so we've kind of been helping each other, which has actually been sick. So the journey, obviously it's only just started, but we've already filmed a few. So for us, it's already kind of along the way a little bit, but the journey's just started, but it's going in the right direction. And I mean, the feedback has been unbelievable.
I couldn't believe it, honestly. Yeah. Like I was, so we've done a sick, like, community meetup with loads of dads within Milton Keynes. And we had about 15 dads there. And all of them had...
I'd say more than that. I felt but there was certainly more kids as well. It felt like about 40 or 50 people.
Yeah.
Or maybe there was just kids and it feels like more.
Yeah, so like there was like loads of kids, loads of dads, 2 mums, one of which was my missus and one of her friends with her partner. So there was a dad there. But so we had like a huge community and then like just watching all the kids playing together, that was quality. But then there was two dads there. I don't know if you saw this, but there was two dads there, and one of my pals came up to me to say, like, they're talking about, like, they're swapping fathering tips.
Yeah.
Because one of them's got a 2-week-old and one of them's got an 18-week-old. So they're swapping fathering tips. And like certain things which a 2-week-old dad would speak to you about, you've forgotten completely.
Yeah, for sure.
But like, it's fresh in his memory and he's talking to him about it. And I was just like, and then he came up to me and was like, you created something fucking awesome. And I was like, bro. Yeah. And to hear that, I was like, this is unbelievable. So we had like an amazing morning, spent like, it's Father's Day, and then one of your pals was like, this is the best Father's Day I've ever.
Yeah, he's like, it's the best Father's Day. I mean, we've actually recorded a lot of these, so we're going to be throwing them up on our Instagram, and they'll come up on here as well, on YouTube as well. But yeah, I think he was like, mate, it was like the best Father's Day. He loves walking anyway, but to say, for them to come up to us and say, look, this is like, this was an event. AJ actually planned the entire event, and I just, threw out, it was your idea, it was your event, and I just shared your stuff really. But to create an event, 7 days you did, and we got that many people and that much support, but not only just that much support, actually people literally enjoyed it. Part of me was thinking, everyone's just going to turn, people are turning up to support. There's turning up to support, and then there's actually people going up to us again, mate, that was actually sick. I actually loved it.
I've sent you the voice note.
Yeah.
We had a couple of voice notes from like other dads just saying like, you should be so proud of yourself. Like, it was so good yesterday, and just seeing like a community of different dads, and they're all different cultures. There was white, black, Asian. Like, it was a whole mixed bag, and all their kids were like, the Asian kid wasn't playing because he's only 2 weeks old, but but it was like
the granddad was.
Yeah, he was. Oh mate, Barrett. I love Barrett. He's awesome. But he was getting involved with all the kids as well, and it was honestly such a like wholesome day. That's that's the best way I can describe it. Just like a wholesome day. And we've just started. It's crazy. Yeah. And this is what I said to him. I was like, bro, we've only just started, and look what we've just pulled off in 6-7 days notice. I'm just so unbelievably just in awe of all the people that turned up, all the people that supported, the messages that we've received, and the message we received about the first pod as well, which was like, because we know what's to come. So the first two, I myself, because we've built this up, like I myself was nervous because it's not polished. It's very raw.
Yeah.
And
we're new to this.
Yeah, 100%. But like, we know that the next few are funny. They're very good content. But
I'm just thinking of one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But like, we've got stuff coming up where we're like, we want to share it. Like, I want to share everything right now. But obviously we need to
hold it back.
Yeah, you have to like pull me back a lot, because I'm like, yeah, let's do this. And you're like, no, let's not. So that was one other thing. And then, so Father's Day was yesterday. I actually got Ruel a present. He doesn't know I've got him yet. We're going to keep this rolling. He's going to cut this out because he's good at this stuff.
All right, I'll cut this out. I might not cut it out. I might just leave it rolling. If I leave it rolling, it's just me having a drink. Like, we can put like music over it, like hold music. Hold the music, please. Okay, and now comes AJ.
All right, so I've got you a book.
Whee!
It's called The Daily Dad. We're going to throw a link up to this because I feel like every dad should have this book. I've bought this book so there's two. I've got the Daily Stoics.
Right.
Which one of my pals told me about. He said, I'll read this book every day. It's about stoicism. And I was going through a bit of like shit in my life at one point. And I read this book, Daily Stoics. And I used to read it every day. And it made me have a stoic mindset to how I was dealing with things.
Yeah.
And then I saw this one, and I always want to be a better dad. So I bought this one, and I read it, and I've bought this. So Kieran, my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
When I found out his missus was pregnant, my sister-in-law, I bought him this book, and he's read half of it, and he said, it's really good.
Don't put pressure on me, mate.
No.
Hey, while I was reading this book, we talked about this.
Well, sign up to our Patreon, help me read. But like, the beauty of it, you only read a page a day.
Oh, I love that. That sounds good.
Literally just a page a day, and it's called 366 Meditations on Parenting, Love, and Raising Great Kids. But it goes through like a stoic mindset of how to raise a child. And it's good to present day as it was to past.
What's stoic mean? I ain't joking. I don't even know what it means.
It's just like a mindset of being like strong-minded.
All right, great.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Cool.
I'm learning online.
Alright,
On
so,
set.
but
Give it
one
to me.
of
I
the
want to look at it. I'm impatient. Carry on. Sorry.
one of the things that I wanted to implement within the pod anyway was reading a page list.
Okay.
Like,
yeah. Cool.
Going through, because we release it every 7 days, going through the 7 days and then picking out a page and then reading it back. We haven't actually asked Ryan Holiday, but
We're going to. No.
I'm gonna now. I'm gonna just send him a message and hopefully he replies. He will reply when we've fucking made millions, and he's like, "Hold on, you've been using my content." Yeah, cheers for that, bro.
That's when he'll sue us.
No, but I actually do really rate Ryan Holiday. His books are good, so I'm gonna put a Daily Stoics, and he's gonna put it a picture of Daily Stoics here and a picture of Daily Dad here.
Brilliant. Thanks, mate. Can I have my book now?
All right, so,
I want it.
all right, well,
what's this?
I was actually gonna say because I wanted to read out an example.
You ain't making me read on here.
Oh, I was going to, but you
You
snatched it
read.
from me.
No, take it back.
So,
I'm definitely reading live on camera.
So basically, I read it out to Dan, and she was like, "That's actually really cool." And this is really like encompassing for what we spoke about on one of our pods more recently.
All right.
I hate reading out loud. I'm the mic. Leonard Cohen, who had 2 kids, said that love is not a victory march. It is a cold and a broken hallelujah. The point is not to discourage you about being a parent. You already bought your ticket and now you're on the ride. It's just a reminder, if you go around expecting this to be an unending series of hallmark moments, you're fooling yourself and setting yourself up for disappointment. If you're comparing how you're doing with what you see on television, you're being unfair to yourself. The thing is hard, really hard. There are dark moments. There are moments when you're convinced you have no idea what you're doing and you think you're the absolute worst. There are moments when you'll be told you're in fact the worst. You have to keep going. You can't give up. You can't despair. They're counting on you. So, like, you see when every time we've spoken to dads and they're like, I don't know if I'm...
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm doing right. I don't know. So I was like, that quote is like so nailed on to how the conversations that we've been receiving.
Having it from people, yeah.
So honestly, the Daily Dad, we're going to run a competition. He doesn't know this. I just thought about this. But we're going to run a competition.
So weird. That's how you know it's unscripted. You should be throwing out stuff like you did last time. All right, go for it, mate.
Yeah, we're
run the quiz. Wicked.
And then I don't know what the quiz is going to be, but we're going to run a contest, and then I'm going to send a copy of the Daily Dad to someone's house.
Oh,
yeah,
that sounds cool.
Happy?
Yeah, you heard it. Well, yeah, I have to. Now you put it on the camera.
I don't know. What do you think it should be? I know I'm just putting you on the spot.
What? Because the competition?
Yeah.
Oh, mate. Yeah, I don't know. Or maybe we can go through all the people that comment on our YouTube.
Yeah.
All the people that comment on our YouTube, and you got to like it, comment it, and then we'll pick from one of those comments.
Like, comment,
so it doesn't have to be
subscribe.
it doesn't have to be the best comment. It's just we'll just take everyone that's commented, everyone that's subscribed, and we'll put them into our little thing.
And then
sounds like a good idea.
All right, sound
sweet.
There you go.
Cool.
So you'll get a copy of the Daily Dad.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Oh, no worries, bro. That's fine. Happy Father's Day.
Cheers, bro. I actually did get him a present, but we already gave it to him. Yeah, just want to make sure that everyone doesn't think that I'm just receiving stuff.
He did.
I am older as well, so I'm like, kind of the older one. Anyway,
why does that make any difference?
Because I'm technically like your elder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you act like a fucking child.
So I'm 40, mate. I'm going to put this next to my 40 sign.
All right, so
boom.
You'll notice that won't ever be opened again because he can't read. So
no, but what?
When you subscribe to the Patreon and we fund his,
you know what we can do? I can get one of those pictures that you just scan it and then it reads it for you. Or I might just I think you can get that. Or just get you to read it to me at night time. Actually, my son will read it to me before bed.
Corey.
100%.
All right, so that was just a quick breakdown of what happened over Father's Day, our community walk, and basically the feedback of our first episode. So thanks again. Please like, comment, and share. And yeah, we'll
subscribe to us. Yeah, just again from us, both of us. Thank you so much for all your support. Please continue to keep supporting us and keep in the shares and the comments, and feel free to message us as much as you like about what you feel and we're doing. If there's something that you think we should do more or less, or if these lights feel like they're too bright to you on the camera, feel free to let us know. We can slightly dim them down a little bit. But anything like that, yeah, we're up for any kind of information, because anything we can do that makes this podcast better, we're open to doing. So yeah, that's it.
See you on the next one.
Peace.
Dad, are you finished yet? Dad.
Yeah, man, we finished this episode now. Come on, let's go out, kids.